People have parts, just as everything else has parts. And of course, naturally, these parts change. People change as their parts change. We can, out of simplicity, call these parts properties. Properties can differ from person to person. One person may have the property of having 11 toes, while another person may have the property of loving a particular flower. A person is the sum of their collected properties. For example, all that I am is a set of properties which range from liking the band Metric to liking the television show Flavor of Love to being gay. These are just a subset of my properties. But, like the deep-sea anglerfish, our properties change. The mating habits of the deep-sea angler consist of the male attaching himself to the female and literally destroying himself to become a property of the female of the species. The male is destroyed and the female gains testicles. Leibniz's indiscernibility of identicals states that things that are identical have to have the same exact properties. So, the question must be asked, how am I identical with my past self? Let's say myself from 5 years ago. I have changed, you have changed, we have changed. The truth is that the TJ that existed 5 seconds ago is dead, lost by time in a property shift. Just like the TJ that existed 5 years ago is dead, lost by time and a property shift. The truth of the matter is that if a self even exists, it can only exist in a fraction of a second, as if time stopped, where properties are exactly the same. Even if an atom moves off of your body, whatever body may consist of, then the self has lost a property, thus has changed and no longer exists as it did, therefore no longer exists. So a continuous self does not exist. It can't exist. Only a static self, I guess. Now I was reading before and now I'm ad-libbing and it's not working. But the thing is that a self can exist by itself, because the thing is that it changes over time. So the self would have to be plus, or minus, plus, minus, or a whole bunch of different properties. So the self, if you want to call a self something, it has to be static, if it even exists. I don't even know. I think the reason that a self exists, and most people who say self will always say that there's a soul of some sort. And, I mean, you can't really say there's a soul, because if you say there's a soul, you have to say what properties it has. How can you dissect a soul? Why even put it into the equation? It just makes no sense. And, I guess this would be it for now.